Hi everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023, the beta save with Newcastle, where we are in the FA Cup semi-finals taking on Chelsea. Now we said we were going to come back for the Chelsea game in the league, but we're coming back one game before that because we've got Chelsea in the FA Cup, so I thought it sort of made sense. We have been playing pretty damn well. Only 2 losses since we were last together, which was West Ham and Tottenham back-to-back actually, which was a little bit irritating. But yeah, we have been playing very, very well, as you can see. Lots of green on the board, which means everything's going pretty well. And we drew 0-0 with Man City, something I was incredibly proud of. Yes, they outplayed us, they did well, but if Isak had a bit better finishing, I think we would have won the game. Ederson had a fantastic game for them in goal, as did Onana for us. It was end-to-end. Really, really good game. It was a really good 0-0. Which is very rare to say. And then we've just beaten Aston Villa 2-0. So we are coming into the FA Cup semi-final in decent form. Isak did find his scoring boots in that game, getting 2. And yeah, I'm excited to see where we can go. Getting to the very tail end of the season. And we find ourselves in 6th as well. Southampton have a game in hand on us, but that would put them on 51 points. So we're still 4 points ahead of them. Chelsea, 2 points ahead of us in the league. They're 7 points behind Man United, though, so it does look like that top 4 is pretty much secure. 5th and 6th get Europa League. 7th is confirmed as the Conference League now because Man City have already qualified for the Champions League. So that's not an issue. Yeah, Man City won the Carabao Cup, I think, or something like that. Or Liverpool won the Carabao Cup. Someone won the Carabao Cup, which meant the Conference League position went back to the league. Haaland has scored 38 goals in 33 games, and even then I don't think he's played all of those. He is the highest average rater. He has the second most joint man of the match awards, or the second most man of the match awards. He's having a pretty good season. Yeah, he's having a pretty good season, to be honest. But so are we. I think Newcastle up in 6th. We're doing very well indeed. A bit of a squad update. Onana is first choice, hands down. He's been amazing in the 10 games he's played so far. Nick Pope kicked off about not playing and not being a first team. We made him a backup. He kicked off about being a backup, and now he's happy to be a backup. So Nick Pope is here as well. So we've got 2 pretty good backup goalkeepers, Nick Pope and Sivlar as well. And the final bit of news is that Dubravka has played enough games as part of his... let's go inactive. Is it in here? Yeah, Dubravka has played enough games on loan that they now have to buy him for £6 million. So it's not a huge sum of money, but he's made 20 appearances for them in the league, which means they will be buying Dubravka for £6 million. So that may give us a bit of a headache, because obviously Sivlar was signed on the sort of proviso that once Dubravka moves on, he would become first choice goalkeeper. But we've signed Onana and we've still got Nick Pope. So we'll deal with that. Delighted with his playing time, even though Martin Dubravka hasn't left the club. I mean, he's not played for us in the league. He's played 2 games in the cup and he's not going to be playing today. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Right, coming up against Chelsea, we're going for the more defensive 5 at the back, but we're going to play it whilst also being unbalanced, and we've got a few things set up. So early crosses in towards the strikers. We're going to play for set pieces to try and get burn on the end of headers. We're taking our kicks long. It does say distribute towards the target forward. We don't have a target forward, so I'm just hoping that puts it towards one of the strikers. I want to see what happens in the game with that. And then we are playing our low defensive block, but getting stuck in on them as well at the moment. I mean, the assistant manager might suggest some other things to do, so we'll see how that goes. Just going to swap Tielemans and Bruno Guimaraes over because I got them the wrong way around, but we're pretty much ready to go. St Maximin's back, isn't he? So let's put him on the bench instead of, I think Joel Linton's going to miss out. Joel Linton's playing time is very much dropping off a cliff at the moment because we've got Fred Busso and Joe Willock, who also misses out. But Busso, he's come in and done a pretty solid job. 3 appearances, 6.7, all as substitutes in the league. But yeah, again, he came on against Man City and had an absolutely blinding game in centre mid, which was awesome. So I'm happy with that. Right, let's go and see what the assistant says. So he thinks we should not hold back when tackling Kante, do the world of good if we trigger a press when Jorginho's on the ball, instruct our players to show Havertz onto his weaker foot and tell the player, let's tackle Raheem Sterling harder. I'm happy with that. Don't tackle harder. We should be discouraging our players from getting stuck in. The opposition are a strong and resilient team, unlikely to be intimidated by an aggressive playing style. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to shoot on sight. I believe shooting on sight would result in a vastly improved goals to touches ratio in the opposition penalty area. Do I trust my assistant manager? What other advice has he got here? Kieran Trippier add as a free kick taker. I would automatically make unfit team players first. No, I mean, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put shoot on sight on at the moment. I don't think it's necessary. But this is how we're going to line up then. Onana in goal. In this formation, he goes as a goalkeeper on defend purely because the back line is so close to him. There's no need to have him as a sweeper keeper. Botman, Kumbula, Byrne, Trippier, Tielemans, Bruno Guimaraes, Target, Hakan, Marlon, and Isaac. Gonzalez probably a little bit unlucky to miss out. Gonzalez, by the way, wanted by Man United, and Yuri Tielemans wanted by Atletico Madrid. So maybe some movement there. I don't think either of them had... Has he got a minimum fee release clause? 47 million, which isn't too bad, according to what we bought him for 22. And Tielemans, 50 million. Okay, and again, we bought him for 26. So it'd be a hefty profit on both players. And that's the only fee we're going to accept for those two. So let's get into it. See how we get on against Chelsea. FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. I just need to make sure I'm not going to roll over my dog. I didn't roll over the dog. He's moved into a different room and I just didn't notice it. So there we go. So Almiron, pleased to be back in the team. Confident in the tactical shape as Onana and 5 others. Confident and strong understanding of the formation. Onana and 5 others. Feels the team instruction much more direct passing is a good match for the standard of passing. Busio and others. Okay. Play for set pieces suits Hakan, and feels the team instruction play for set pieces also suits his Kieran Trippier. So I like that feedback. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's looking good and up for this one. So they have brought in Kepa and Koulibaly and dropped Mendy and Azpilicueta for this game. Is it? It could be a match-up of formations here. We might both be playing a 3 at the back system. Nobody expects us to get a result. First of the back-to-back, it's not because one of them I can pick off. If you pick off where you left off in the last match, you'll get yourselves into that final. That is what we're going for. Given how impressive Newcastle were against Aston Villa, surely you're looking for a repeat performance. We've got a lot of confidence. Can you talk about how Hakan Çalhanoğlu looks set to play in a different role today? Look, he's got the quality to be different. The mood is we've got a great bunch of players. We're confident and we've got lots of self-belief. So Newcastle, of the last 5 results, 2 losses, 1 draw, 2 wins. And you can see Hakan filling in behind the front 2 there. Chelsea are lining up in the same formation, a 3-4 sort of 3. But they've got 2 attacking mids rather than 2 strikers. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one as the players come out of the tunnel at Wembley for this FA Cup semi-final, which I'm very excited about. I just wanted to check everything was recording properly. It is. And Sven Botman up to Kieran Trippier early on. Out to Matt Target. Bruno Guimaraes. Down to Byrne. Over the top looking for Donny Marlon. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Kepa. Koulibaly. Goes out to Reece James. Good header though. Marlon picks it up. No, he doesn't. Fofana nods it back to Kepa. I'm just wondering, could we potentially look to overload Cucurella over here? I'm just thinking, I think he's not a weak player by any means. I'm just thinking if we tell Trippier to bomb on the overlap a little bit more, we're going to switch these 2 over, because in theory, more should come down Trippier's side with that overlap. And then we're just going to go pressing forward on attack, but what we're going to ask him to do is stay wider and run wider. No, we don't need to run wider. We want him to stay wider. That's fine. I don't mind that. And then allow him to sort of... I want to try something. I know it's an FA Cup semi-final, but it is also the beta, so I feel like it's a good time to try things here. We're going to try and get him to mark Cucurella on that side and see if that occupies Cucurella to free up Trippier bombing forward. I'm wondering if that's a cheeky thing you can do. Is Cucurella going to get drawn to Marlon because Marlon's marking him? I'm intrigued to see how that one plays out. Thiago Silva on the ball for Chelsea at the back, into Wesley Fofana, Reece James, into Kante, over the top looking for Sterling, but Botman's there to win that one. Mason Mount heads it back down. Havertz with a long-range effort, over the bar though, and not much happening there. So what we sort of want to do is this Donny Marlon here? It is. So Donny Marlon's all the way back here marking him, and then it should, I'm hoping, Raheem Sterling has got away. Mason Mount, good save from Onana. In fact, we're going to just focus our play down the right as well when we attack, just to see if we can get something away. I know it's pulling Marlon quite far back to mark Cucurella, but I just want to see, I know it's telling us to change that, how it works. Right, set pieces. We've played for set pieces in this game. Hakan swings it in. Dan Burn! Come on! The big centre-back is having a blinder. I mean, when you've got people that take set pieces like Hakan and Trippier, and even Matty Target, Dan Burn is getting good service And Hakan fires it in, and Dan Burn being marked there by Fofana. And it's actually probably Mason Mount that's marking him. Fofana reacts too late, and we're 1-0 up in the semi-final. And I don't mind this at all. But now Chelsea have their own corner. Mason Mount is going to swing this one in again towards the back post, but Bruno Guimaraes does a good job of defending Wesley Fofana. Jorginho in towards Fofana again. Back to Kante on the edge, and he shoots, and he's not known for his shooting, so I don't mind N'Golo Kante having a shot from range. I don't want to drop our mentality back just yet. I'm intrigued to see if this man marking with Marlon too, because Trippier's there. Marlon is sort of pressing. But is he going to now drop out and just sit? Because I also think, yes, Marlon, good press, unlucky. Jorginho wins it. Koulibaly out to Cucurella. I'm just hoping it frees up Trippier a bit more as well. Yeah, look, Marlon's tracking him back until he then realises that Trippier has him. Jorginho now goes out towards Cucurella. Cucurella with a bit of time and space. Marlon's on him. It does. Oh, and Kante's on it again. Onana with a good save. I don't know if it's quite working how I want it to. We're going to go deep line forward on support, just so that he's not going to chase the ball down too much. Good header away at the near post to beat Koulibaly in the air. Jorginho on the edge of the box. Back to Mason Mount. Mason Mount brings it forward, and Botman's there to clear, and it will go out for a throw-in, I think, to Newcastle. I think it hit Mason Mount. So, yeah, we just need to see. I don't want it to, because it's pulling Marlon out of position, which I don't mind. It's just, as soon as it turns over, I basically want Marlon to come back and help out Trippier as Sterling brings that one down. Ball through. Kai Havertz, he's not going to miss that. I think he's onside. He is onside. His 15th goal of the season. And Kai Havertz makes it 1-1. And I'm just thinking, yeah, I want us to cause an overload on one side, and I'm trying to think, how do we do it? And I just think that Reece James is an all-round better player. It's a lovely ball through, lovely touch from Sterling, lovely ball through, and Kai Havertz makes it 1-1. Yeah, if we can focus the play down here, I'm just thinking if we went to a sort of, do we change the system to sort of go something like, a bit more like this, have Isak running through sort of asymmetric, target or overlap here. Let's go, yeah, winger on support. Marlon will then... No, hang on. We want to be an inverted winger, don't we? Because we're encouraging Trippier to overlap. So these are all the things I think about when trying to do tactics. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's one of the best bits of the game. Dan Burn picks up the loose ball. He should just have a bit of time here. Onana goes wide up to target. Knocks it down for Bruno. Back to Dan Burn. And this is where we're doing right. Trippier, is he going to get there? He is going to get there. And now he has Marlon up the wing for a little... Yeah, I mean, that is the overload. That's the overload we want. It's just Donny Marlon didn't do that good a job. And it's going to release Raheem Sterling. And that is a great block from Kumbula. And Target gets his head on the ball. And it actually looks like they're not... I know Reece James is very high up the pitch at the moment, but he's not starting in an incredibly advanced position. Onana goes long up towards Isak, but Thiago Silva's there. Jorginho picks up the loose ball. Here is Cucurella down to Kai Havertz, who's pulled off out to the wide position. Havertz puts a cross in. Raheem Sterling with a totally free header. No one marking him. The two attacking midfielders linking up for Chelsea. And I think we may be causing ourselves a bit of undue duress here with making this more complicated than it needs to be. So let's chuck Marlon back up. We'll put Hakan back in here. And Marlon can be a pressing forward again on attack. It is 2-1 to Chelsea though. So... It's done this thing where it's going slow because I need to... Do I need to come out? Oh, I don't... Has it reset? Has it done that thing where it resets? Yeah, it has. So, and we're on full match. We want extended, sideline, that's fine. So hopefully it all catches up with itself now. Let's check our tactics. Marlon is back up top. Going back to our standard sort of 3-5-2. Yeah, I was trying really hard to create an overload on one side and it hasn't really worked. Havertz, Sterling and Mount all having decent games for Chelsea. We're struggling to get into this game. Yeah, let's press Raheem Sterling whenever he gets the ball. We're struggling to create, and I feel like I think that's what I've got to say, right? We're not creating enough in here. Kieran Trippier. It's on a 6.4, so he really hasn't enjoyed those little changes we were trying to make to the formation. But yeah, both wing-backs not getting involved in this game. I'm sort of thinking, do we mix this up? Do we get Zalewski and Sailormakers on? just to try something different. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's get Zalewski and Salamakers on. So they're both going to come up here, and we know Salamakers wants to be a defensive winger, which in this sort of shape I think is fine, and Zalewski wants to be an inverted winger on support. And then we're going to chuck Chanaloglu over to one side. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go bloody weird here. We're going to put Marlon is going to come out to here. Oh, in fact, can he play as a... I wouldn't mind doing a inside forward on attack. I know it looks weird. If we can keep these guys... Because Zalewski's going to come in and up like that, right? He's going to come in. He's going to want to float inside. Marlon's going to want to float up. Chanaloglu will just roam and Salamakers will just sort of hold in this position. Or am I overcomplicating this? I might be overcomplicating this. Let's go pressing forward up there. Let's keep him on as a pressing forward for now. Unfortunately, we don't have Patson Daka available because he's cup tied after signing him from Leicester. But a double change, a slightly more attacking formation. And I think what we actually do is we say Zalewski, mark specific position, which will be, well, mark player, Reece James, like that. And Salamakers, marks with player, Cucurella. So they are responsible for stopping the outballs to the wing. Let's just make sure we've got Marlon no longer marking someone, which we don't. Okay, so we've pushed basically wing backs up into wingers to try and give us a little more of an option. And we're asking our wingers to mark their wing backs very, very tightly. So Sterling could be in here. There's Cucurella. I mean, the marking instructions haven't come through yet, but Jorginho puts a ball in. Zalewski heads it away. Reece James will keep it alive. Back to Wesley Fofana. I'm also sort of wondering, do we get these two to mark up their attacking mids? But I don't think these two are the best holding midfielders in the game. Oh, they've just changed formation. That is irritating. Because now we're going to have wingers marking fullbacks, which isn't ideal. Okay, we're going to change shape here. We're going to go... Do I go to 4 at the back, or do I go... My worry is if we get these guys to mark the fullbacks, their wingers are going to have so much space. So I don't think we can do that. Let's go... Botman's going to fill in at left back. And he can be a fullback on support. We'll go Kumbula and Burn in the middle. Salamakers to right back. And we'll put you on... attack, because you are actually a winger. We're going to swap you two over. So Bruno Guimaraes as a defensive midfielder. Ball winning midfielder. Do we want you to chase the ball down, or a Segundo Volante? Run with the ball, arrive late. I mean, we are a goal down. Yeah, let's go Segundo Volante. Tielemans can be a deep line playmaker on defend. On support. No, we need a goal. We need a goal. We'll keep Chanaloglu over here. Zalewski can stay there. But no, we're going to switch Marlon to that side. Chanaloglu over here. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with for now. And then I think that has... Yeah, so it's taken off the instruction to man mark. Zalewski doesn't need to man mark either. So cancel... Oh no, I don't want to discard all my changes. I want to go into tactics. Yeah. Do we want Zalewski to stay... Let's put Chanaloglu in a central position. That makes a bit more sense. Right, a few, again, tactical changes on the fly, and I'm talking through them, trying to explain what I want to do. Ball in, headed away. Fofana gets there, out to Mason Mount. Mason Mount comes round. Oh, into Havertz. Tackled well by Hakan. Not tackled well by Hakan. It was a foul. And the referee has given a dangerous free kick, and Reece James is over it. I don't like the look of this. And he's, hit the top of the netting, I think that was. So, 50 minutes gone. We might need to change some options. We've got some Maximilian Gonzalez on the bench. I think it's going to be maybe on like the hour, maybe 65 minutes. We're going to have to change to our 4-2-3-1 and go a bit more attacking, which will open up some space in behind. We're going to do it. We're going to do it now. We're going to do it now. This is why we have these formations here, right? 4-2-3-1. Botman for Zalewski will do... Because I think, yeah, both centre-backs are playing well. So, Sven Botman on a 6.2 off for Alex Maximin. Chanaloglu. Marlon's not playing terribly. He's actually playing better than Isak. So, we're going to put Marlon up front. We're going to take Isak off for Gonzalez. And then, yeah, this is how we're going to play. We're all set up and good to go. So, we'll stay on balance for the time being. We'll go to positive in a minute. They've done, yeah, they did Thiago Silva for Pulisic to sort this shape out. I'm hoping this at least creates us some more chances as we get the ball forward. Koulibaly heads it down to Cucurella. Cucurella comes forward. He's looking for Mason Mount over the top, who's just going to outpace Sailormakers, which is a little bit disappointing. Bruno with a good tackle, but it falls... Well, it fell to Mason Mount. He picked out N'Golo Kante, and I think we're going to have to go positive now. I think we're going to have to up this a little bit. Reece James and Kante into Pulisic. Reece James gets it back. Still bombing forward with their fullbacks. Pulisic in a bit of space, and Jorginho picks him out. Zalewski's trying to put him under pressure. Sailormakers wins the header. Back to Cucurella. Mason Mount shoots. Oh, Mason Mount's tucked it into that bottom corner. And he's made that 3-1. And that's always the issue when you're going a bit more attacking, isn't it? So let's focus our play down the width. We've got to get the ball forward. We'll play very wide, be a bit more expressive in what you want to do. We'll let the keeper decide what he wants to do. We're going to have to press up a little bit and try and get stuck in. We sort of actually probably want crosses to come in, yeah. Let's go and press. Don't let them play out from the back. I mean, it's all a bit frantic, but with 20 minutes to go, we need 2 goals, so we need to make this happen. Koulibaly out to Cucurella. Cucurella comes forward with it again, and this is where, yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well there, Newcastle, chucking their wing-backs forward and causing us some pressure. So we're going to see if we can do the same. Complete wing-back on attack. Complete wing-back on attack. We need men forward. We need numbers forward, and to make this work, Bruno not having a great game. Zalewski come on, not playing brilliantly. Yeah, I think Chelsea's class has just shown through a bit here. Pulisic getting forward. Reece James looking for the overlap. Max and then St. Maximin back really well. Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, it's a poor pass, and it's released Chelsea on a counter. Mason Mount, good save from Onana. A really good save, and Dan Burn clears it away up to St. Maximin. St. Maximin, long crossfield ball looking for Gonzalez. I think we're not using that width very well at the moment. Let's look for passes inside. I don't mind focusing the play down the width, but when we get the ball back, we need to keep it central. Great ball through to Donny Marlon. It's a wonderful ball from Hakan, and Marlon's through. He goes around the keeper-ish and makes it 3-2. Right, we've got a chance. What a ball from Hakan with that. What a pass. That's why we've brought him in. Those sorts of passes. Sailormakers with a good interception. Hakan, great vision to pick out Donny Marlon. And Donny Marlon just sort of half went round Kepa, half didn't, and then poked it over his stuck out leg. Right. And now I'm thinking we've got one more sub left. Do we do Bruno for Fred? Get a bit of work ethic on here. Get a bit of work rate in that middle. It's why we bought Fred in, for that work rate. We're going to go Chanaloglu there. Marlon just over to the side. It's a very asymmetric system, but it's what we're going for to try and create something. Let's go. Let's encourage them. 15 minutes to go. We're not out of this one yet. We're not out of this at all. We've only had 2 shots on target and scored both of them, so we really haven't created much. Kepa goes long with his kick, and Kumbula wins that one easily. Tielemans, look how many men we've got chucked forward. Gonzalez brings it down well. Lays it back to Fred. Back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, oh, just square it. Just square it. You had St. Maximin in the middle. All you had to do was square that, and it's an equaliser. It's 3-3. Hakan on the set piece, swings it in. Havertz heads it away. Oh, I'm going to have to check set pieces to make sure we've got Dan Burn in there. Ball in, looking for Marlon. Gonzalez keeps it alive, lays it back to Fred. Into Gonzalez again. Gonzalez tries to put the cross in. Cucurella heads it away. Fred will keep it alive. Fred, back to Kumbula, to Tielemans. Yuri Tielemans, his shot's deflected into the air. Hakan, oh, he went for the acrobatic volley. Oh, with 10 minutes to go. Oh, my word, this is getting tense. Do we go very, very attacking? We might have to, you know. We might have to. Corners, I just want to check attacking-wise. Yeah, we've still got Dan Burn getting up to that back post, so discard those. Very attacking. With 10 minutes to go, we have definitely got back into this game. We've made it an entertaining cup semi-final. 5 minutes to go. What can we do? What can we do to get this forward? St. Maximin is going to go up front as an advance forward alongside Marlon. Gonzalez can stay up there as on attack. I think Hakan will probably have to stay up there on attack as well, although he doesn't like to, so we'll keep him there. I just don't know what else we can really do. We're pressing them high. Let's step up. Let's go really high with our line. Counter press. Distribute it quickly. Don't play out of defence. Get the ball forward at a much higher tempo. I sort of still want to work it into the box, but let's play for set pieces. If we can just get one more corner, we might have a chance. We've gone very attacking. We've shoved loads of people up front, so I won't be surprised if Chelsea score. Ben Chilwell. Oh, he's absolutely done the defender there. Mason Mount tries to pick out Sterling. Zalewski gets it away to St. Maximin. St. Maximin comes forward with it. What can he do? Alan St. Maximin running down the left. He's still going. Cuts it back. Zalewski onto his right foot. Oh, his shots, I think, hit his own man, and Havertz will get this one away to Pulisic. And Azpilicueta, they're still throwing their fullbacks forward here. Azpilicueta holds on to the ball really well. Kovacic, robbed by Hakan. He went for a first-time pass towards St. Maximin and couldn't get it off. Throw into Chelsea. Havertz. Down to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta shoots. It's going to be a corner for Chelsea. And we're going to have to leave men forward for this. Corners when defending. I want St. Maximin staying up as well. I think I want... Who else do I want staying up? I want Tielemans on the edge to launch a counter-attack. Gonzalez can stay up as well. We'll just drop you back into that zonal spot there. This is intense, man. This is so intense. Where's AMR? There he is. And then Hakan at the front post. And we want Tielemans on the edge to start the counter-attack. This is intense. With 3 minutes to go, we are going to see, or 2 minutes to go, Mason Mount is going to chuck in this corner. We've got 3-on-3 if we can launch a counter-attack, but we are a little bit short in the middle. Mason Mount. Hakan wins the header at the front post. Ben Chilwell keeps back to Mason Mount. In it goes. Counter. Fred. Oh, you've run away from the ball. Oh, no. It needed a ball over the top from Fred for the defender to come into it. I think we're going to have to now do pass into space. In transition, over the top. We just need to get the ball forward, right? We need to absolutely boom this forward. Throw into Chelsea. Havertz. Back to Azpilicueta. Kovacic. Havertz, Sterling. Oh, they're killing the game really well. There's 4 minutes of injury time. We're through one of them already. Chilwell running down the left. His cross is blocked. It falls to Sterling. It's going to be another corner. But it does give us a chance for a counter-attack. We know that. We're keeping 3 up top again. They're winding down the clock. There's 2.5 minutes to go. Ball in. Burn wins the header. Kovacic picks up the loose ball, but we're not going to see any more of that. Zalewski up the line to St. Maximin. Back to Dan Burn. Pump it long. He does go long looking for Marlon. Koulibaly wins the header. Azpilicueta hooks it away. Tielemans is there. Dan Burn. It's got to be pumped up towards St. Maximin, who's going to keep this one in. Alan St. Maximin. Ball into the box. Oh, he was offside. We're going for the last final throw of the dice. Dan Burn up front. Target forward on attack. And everything just now has to go very, very long. Up towards target forward. More direct passing. Come on. Dan Burn, you can see him there running up to the top end of the pitch for the final minute. Koulibaly wasting some time. I think that's going to be it. Tielemans with a free kick. Swings it in. Is a header. Oh, what a save from Kepa. What a save from Kepa Arrizabalaga to make that one there. Oh, my word. I thought Kumbula had just scored the equaliser. Look at that for a finishing formation. That is absolutely bonkers. But we created loads more in that second half. Donny Marlon getting our goal. Oh, Dan Burn getting a goal as well from a corner. It's so... We look at the improvements we made when we changed to the 4-2-3-1, man. Oh, that was... I thought Kumbula had scored. Chelsea played really well. They probably deserved to go through. You gave it your best efforts, lads. Oh, man. What a game. A defeat today for your team. What's your analysis? Look, congratulations to Chelsea. We'll take a lot of positives from that. We're meant to be on the utter end of a shellacking. Things were far... Look, I'm proud that we gave it 100%. You can't have faced many better opportunities than Raheem Sterling. Look, he did well, but I'm not here to talk about Raheem Sterling, am I? 3-2. Oh, man. Chelsea go through. They'll be playing either Sheffield United or Southampton. Look at that draw on the other side. Probably could have beaten both of those teams. But what an FA Cup semi-final that is. We do get 500 grand for reaching the semis. The board will be happy with that as well, I think. Latter stages, yeah, they passed with that. They're happy with that. Yeah, oh, man, that is so... it feels so gutting, but it feels so good to be involved in a game like that at the same time. But we're going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll be back for the end of the season, as it's only the league to play for. So we'll come back for the final game of the season against Liverpool. What an end of the season that's going to be. And then we'll have a season 1 wrap up, get into the summer transfer window and go from there. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, leave a like, leave a subscription if you're brand new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.